Yung mga jeepney drivers natin na hindi sila mawawalan ng trabaho all throughout the development of this plan?
The PUV drivers will be included in the plan. Meron tayong mga social support programs, training programs for PUV drivers. And in fact, sa tingin namin ng department, there will be more demand for drivers. Hindi nga lang sa jeepney drivers, some will be upgraded to bus drivers. But take for example the rest of the Philippines, hindi lang ng Metro Manila, no? Other parts of the country will have access to more public transport. Kasi previously, yung mga public transport natin, the selection of routes and operators are operator-driven. Operators, lalapit kay DOTR, manghihingi ng prangkisa sa LTFRB ang mag-i-issue. Hindi nagiging holistic yung pagpaplano ng mga ruta. So there are parts of our countries which has oversupply of public transport. The rest of the country has a poor supply of public transport. Meron inaccessible pa nga sa public transport. So there will be new demand for public transport in other areas of the country, lalo sa mga provinces. Pero nevertheless, yung mga sa Metro Manila, talagang bibigyan natin sila ng importansya. In fact, LTFRB has already issued memorandum circular. Meron silang maximum number of operating hours sa mga public transport drivers, starting for bus drivers. So there will be new demand for PUV drivers. Pero napaka-important is the skills. Dapat yung they have the adequate skill set to drive their vehicles. Na number one na yung just recently launched is the Driver Academy ng LTFRB LTO.
Another question, sir. Dun sa jeepney, sabi niya magkakaroon ng parang tagisan ng design. Ano yung non-negotiables para sa inyo? Kasi I'm reading here na meron ditong GPS, automatic fare collection system, may Wi-Fi, may speed limiters. Lahat ba ito talaga hanapin nyo sa bawat jeepney?
Iba yung specifications when we talk of length, width, height, yun yung mga specifications. Pero itong mga sinabi mo, these are features. Yung iba sa mga features, hindi required sa ibang modes of transport. So LTFRB will come up with a more detailed memorandum circular explaining kung ano yung mga requirement for certain types of modes, for certain types of routes.
Okay.
Right, let's have.
Good afternoon, Sir. Van Carazola po from Manila Bulletin. Clarification lang po kay Romina's question. We are looking na i-replace po lahat yung dilapidated jeepneys na 15 years and above. Lahat po ba ng 180 jeepneys ay luma na or lahat po ba yung papalitan natin within 3 years na transition period? Ganun po ba?
Yan ho ang target. Alam namin na it's a tall order, pero you know, things like this na matagal ng problema, if I have to say na the word, matagal ng problema, talagang we will have to set a deposit on ourselves na we will be able to move it in a way that, as you can see, has the support of several agencies in government. And as I've said, kung talagang if there would be some bumps, if I may say, or humps along the way, we'll be open to extending it. But yun yung target. If you're going to set a lower target, talagang pabanjing-banjing lang tayo. No? Kasi kaya naman din pala eh. We set a lower target. If we set a higher target for ourselves, then we will be able to push it as far and as many as we can address.
But there are other groups po na nagsabi na may members po sila na nakapagpalit na po ng mga pyesa na wala na mga bago pa. Are we giving them the leeway na hanggat hindi pa 15 years yung pyesa, hindi pa po sila papalitan?
When you talk about pyesa ho, even under existing rules, dalawa lang ho yung pinagbabatayan. Yung tinatawag na major parts. Yung dalawang major parts ng sasakyan, dalawa lang ho. When we talk about vehicle age, and that would be the engine, and the other one would be the chassis, okay, which is the base of the body. So whichever is older would be the basis of the vehicle age.
So sir, we're going to scrap all of those 180,000 vehicles.
Very good.
To scrap them,
180,000.
namin, sir. 180,000 we're going to throw all of
5 o'clock na kasi.
So long as they're still,
Hanggang 5 lang
ang
yan.
assumption natin dito, na hindi naman lahat
Pero why
brown out.
bakit yung target natin 180,000?
No, the question earlier, we're not hitting the target. Ang assumption, yung question nyo kanina, iilan yung mga PUJ. Sinayin ko lang yung figure na it's almost 180.
So sabi ko yung target.
178. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na lahat yan 15 years or older. But I do not know yet. If you're going to ask me, the follow-up question is, ilan doon ang 15 years and older? Yan ang hindi ko alam. But perhaps I can say, to be honest about it, I'm sure majority of them would be 15 years and older.
So magkakaroon tayo, sir, ng evaluation
Wala.
each.
Hindi, wala pa rin.
One question on the related year, 15 year, no? How long does the chassis last? I presume it can last even 50 years, matibay yun eh, so 20 years. Baka pwedeng, sa point of, I'm speaking, articulating some interest sa transport sector, baka kailangan ipalitan yung mga moving parts. Yung mga, that's subject to wear and tear, friction. But the basic, like, engine block, yung chassis, matibay yun eh. I mean, di ba? Baka they can come up, replace the body. Of course, I want the body replaced. Come up with a, who knows, baka come up with a formula that would be acceptable and still be compliant in clean air. 99, baka pwede ka.
Mahirap gawin yan kasi
I
as
don't
mentioned
know.
by ASEC, Mark, we have to look at it in a holistic point of view. Kasi baka doon tayo doon tayo babagalan doon sa mga himay-himayin natin yung mga pesa ng mga ganun. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to compare it with Singapore, but you know what, I was kind of surprised. When we were in Singapore, because we need to study public transportation industries in our neighboring countries, nakapagtataka that they have a very effective MVIS, Motor Vehicle Inspection System. And yet, despite that, kasi pag meron ka ng very effective, workable na MVIS, kahit na gaano katagal o gaano kaluma yung sasakyan mo, so long as it will pass MVIS, then you're allowed to run your vehicle on the road. And yet, sa public transport ho, yung public utility vehicles, sa buses, not more than 8 years, kahit napapasok ka sa MVIS, ganun katindi yung standard na sineset nila. It's so far as convenience and safety of the riding public is concerned. Ganun talaga. That's the standard that they have set on themselves. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na gawin natin yung ginawa nun sa kasi talagang it's a very high standard so far as Singapore is concerned. Pero yun ang nakikita natin, na kailangan natin, tataas din natin, iangat din natin yung standards natin pagdating sa public transport.
Sir, you have a question?
Yes.
Sir, Ivan po, Malaya. Sir, tanong ko lang kung ilang percent po ng PUVs yung 15 years old.
Yun nga rin, I don't have the answers for now. But what I can say is that majority.
May madi-displace
More
po
than-
ba na drivers?
Ano ba?
May madi-displace po ba na drivers?
Ganito. Kasi nga siguro pag sabihin yung nape-phase out, no? Quote and quote, yung PUJ, madi-displace yung driver. It does not come as a matter of consequence. In fact, what we're actually addressing is that we're trying to upgrade the unit, no? Replace it with a new one. So obviously the driver will still be able to drive the vehicle. Pangalawa, even if, for example, depending on how local government units as well as the OTR will review certain routes which will require a higher type of public utility vehicles, for example, from jeepney to buses, obviously, meron pa rin lugar yung driver. Kasi yung tanong mo, driver eh. So therefore, as mentioned by ASEC Mark, mangyari na yung PUJ driver, magiging bus driver. Ganun yung pagtingin namin on addressing what do you call that? Social support mechanism involving drivers.
Okay, we can only accommodate 2 more questions.
Pero isa sa akin.
Sige.
Separate topic.
Ano, sige.
Sige, Ramil.
So, sa tingin po na yung 15 years, kasi ngayon, meron na po tayo for buses, i-expand na po natin yung to cover jeepneys also. Kasi na-mention po
Saan ha?
before,
Extend sa?
i-extend na po for jeepneys. Kasi na-mention before na parang ang promise ng LTFRB to the jeepney sector is walang magiging ganong provision.
Hindi, ang sinasabi nyo kasi kanina, ang premise nyo na naman dun sa tanong nyo is about the 15 years. Yeah, I'm just answering your question. Ilan yung mga PUJ na 15 years and older? Sinagot ko na rin na majority of that. No? Pero sa ngayon, wala pa yung MC na yan. But all of you, all of the modes of public transport have to be raised insofar as safety requirements are concerned, which would include vehicle age.
So sir, magkaharap po ng MC for PUJs na magiging, ang basahan na natin is 15 years for the oldest.
Hindi pa nga magagalit sa inyo yung tanong eh.
Ayun nga po, kasi ano po, pinaklarify ko, ano po ba yung magiging basis natin dun sa papalitan natin? Yung 15 years na po na oldest age, either NGS or chassis. Yun na po. Yung,
Sa ngayon I'm referring to sa ngayong existing. But that does not apply to PUJ. Yung when I talk about existing policy, that applies to UV, taxi, and bus.
yes.
But your question is saying that are we going to set the same policy at PUJ? Yan ang sinasabi mo. Pinag-aaralan pa ho as regards that. But as I've said, as a general policy, we're trying to lift the standards to all. And if I may say, including PUJ, all. Pero kung sasabihin mo 15 years pa, kailan pa mangyari yan? Hindi pa tundok na tundok. I'm just stating it as a matter of policy.
Kasi nasabi po ni ASEC na we don't want rehab po. We don't want rehab for newbies. Ano po ba yung magiging basahan natin doon? Kasi kung wala po, ano po yung magiging exact guidelines natin kung hindi man po yung 15 years?
No, as regards vehicle age.
Yung pag-replace po.
Pag-replace. Kasi ganito. Marami yung that's why I appreciated the presence of the secretaries. DTI will have to determine standards. And of course, in coordination with the DOTR. Kung kailan yan mangyayari, obviously we're pushing them also. We're not just DTI, but also the car manufacturers and so far as that one is concerned. We're looking at a timetable by which, I have to be candid about it also. Na as we speak, merong mga bagong prangkisa, not bagong prangkisa, renewal of franchises that's happening every day. So we need to address that as well. Para hindi naman masakit at matatamaan yung kare-renew nga lang too soon than they can think, papalit na naman. So yun yung tinitingnan namin na mga bagay-bagay as regards that. At saka hindi lang PUJ as I've said.
Sir,
yung sa cooperatives natin, sir, balikan ko lang. Required ba sila na, kasi ngayon ang nangyayari diba parang boundary system, tapos kung magkano lang yung matera dun sa kinita from the boundary, yun na yung take home ng driver. Ngayon ba, under the cooperative, required ba sila na bigyan yung mga drivers ng fixed salary?
Yes.
Fixed salary?
Yes. That one is, I can say, as a policy, and that we're coming out with an MC on that one also.
Sorry for the